Dagestan has always been known for weird attitudes, extremes, non tolerance, and the best fighters in the world, which is absolutely true. But man, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov was having three rules. You mustn't go out at night or walk at night. That was rule number one. Rule number two, you must come on time to a training session. And his idiotic rule number three, haircut. If your haircut is not good enough, you cannot train. Simply like North Korea, state approves like 10 or 15 haircuts, and for them that's perfectly fine. Where is the freedom of dressing, speech, beard shape, whatever? I mean, it's literally like I tell you what you do and you must obey it. I understand everything, but a haircut, that is totally silly rule. For example, Clay Guida was fighting with a long hair for majority of his life, and he did pretty well. He's still doing well, even in his 40s. And haircut actually doesn't matter. There are always ways to tie your hair in knots, or. But some people simply are unable to understand that. But enough speaking. One day, Shara Bullet enters the gym. And he did one training session when Abdulmanap was not there. He did a training session with Khabib and all those guys. And then, next session, Abdulmanap appears and he says, Yo, you can't train because of your haircut. Simply. In the start of the process, you eliminate a guy, a UFC potential. You never know whether somebody is a UFC potential or not. You never know. Time is going to show. You eliminate a UFC potential only because he is having a different way to view the world. So what if he's having a long hair? The guy was thinking about chicks, which is normal. When you're a teenager, it's normal that you think about chicks. I mean, testosterone levels are growing. That's completely normal. And it's normal that you think about chicks, that you want to have chicks, to have fun. I mean, I understand that Dagestan is a conservative community, but it's normal. Even ultra conservative people think about women. They can say that they don't do it, but believe me, people who are forced to marry, that is literally, they are the greatest perverts. I'm telling you that because I know people who accepted their parents' suggestions, and I know what are they doing, how they cheat their wives, what are they doing. Literally, they are the top tier perverts. But in this case, Abdulmanap literally says no to a guy with one eye. So a guy is super brave. He wants to go through his trauma. He wants to go through his disability. And he wants to fight. He wants to participate in battles. And he doesn't want to accept him. And right off the bat, you got a very bad situation, because Shara Bullet could have been a top tier wrestler. While I'm not saying that he doesn't know to wrestle. Maybe he knows, but he hasn't showed it yet. The majority of his fights, he is striking. He is a top tier striker, and he was striking the majority of his fights. And his striking did pretty well. Recently, he suffered his first loss against Venom Page, but generally he's doing really well in striking. He knocked out Armen Petrosian, man. You don't even know how hard it is to knock out Armen Petrosian. And Shara Bullet was literally ignored because of his haircut. I understand that he said, listen, the guy has a bad persona, or the guy attacked Dojo, he was trolling us, he was talking shit. It would have all been fine. But cutting someone's wings only because he has a different haircut. You are so evil, Abdulmanap. You are extremely evil guy. You didn't give a chance to a one-eyed guy only because of his haircut. It's so evil. Now I remember that Shara attacked a guy only because he was kissing his girlfriend. And to that point, when we consider all of that, I understand that Abdulmanap wouldn't be proud of such things. I also wouldn't be proud of such things because imagine that. Like, why would you interfere into the relationship between someone's girl and him? It's totally irrational, unless it's the case of violence or he was just kissing his girlfriend. Maybe Shara was right about that. Or maybe Abdulmanap was right about that because he kicked Shara out of the gym because he was. I mean, maybe today you can say he was not having a good persona, but man, Abdulmanap was horribly wrong because he didn't let Shara train because of his haircut.